Well, welcome to a new set of daily devotionals, and we're looking at breaking the curses. So, what is a curse, really? Well, it could be spiritual, generational, emotional, or self inflicted. Our key scripture for this week is Proverbs 26:2. A curse without cause shall not alight. Well, so welcome to day one as we start this series. I'm so glad that you're here, and over the next 7 days we'll be taking a journey, one of self-discovery, healing, and spiritual awakening. And today we begin with awareness, because before anything can be broken, it must first be seen. So let's talk about what it really means to recognize a curse. When you hear the word curse, many of us really imagine mystical or superstitious spells, bad luck, or ancient rituals. But in a spiritual sense, a curse is a pattern of negativity that repeats, resists change, and drains life. It can be spiritual, a result of disobedience or spiritual disconnection. It can be generational, passed down through family behaviors, trauma, or spoken words. It can be emotional, tied to wounds, unforgiveness, or shame. Or it could be self-inflicted, through negative beliefs or destructive habits we reinforce ourselves. And Proverbs 26:2 says, "A curse without cause shall not alight." That, that means curses don't just appear randomly. They're usually a cause, a doorway, or an agreement made knowingly or unknowingly. And sometimes we open these doors through fear, bitterness, or disobedience. Other times we inherit them without understanding why, that life seems to repeat in painful circles. So let's begin this closer to home. Sometimes we go through struggles and we ask, is this just life? Is this coincidence? A consequence? Or is something deeper going on? Well, here's a way to tell the difference. Coincidence, isolated events that don't form a pattern. For example, you just lost your job, but it led to a better one. That's life unfolding. Consequence, the natural result of choice. Example, spending irresponsible leads to financial stress. That's a cause and effect issue. When the same issue reappears across time, despite your best efforts to change. So every generation in your family faces divorce, addiction, or poverty, even when everyone wants to be better. Now that's a pattern that may point to a spiritual or emotional stronghold. And the difference lies in the repetition or resistance. When something keeps showing up no matter what you try, it may not be random anymore. It's time to look deeper. Think for a moment about your family line. What patterns have you noticed? Emotional ones like anger, fear, rejection, or shame. Relational ones like betrayal, abandonment, or conflict. Financial ones like struggle, lack, debt, or dependence. And spiritual ones, disconnection from faith, confusion, or oppression. And sometimes these circles start long before us. You might be fighting something that your grandmother cried about in silence. But awareness doesn't mean blame. It means power. Because once you can name it, you can face it. God gives revelation, not to shame us, but to set us free. So let's get practical. Here are 3 steps to begin recognizing potential curses or cycles in your life. 1. Observe without judgment. Pay attention to the things that repeat. Relationships, financial issues, emotional triggers. And don't just explain them away, just notice them. Secondly, look at your family story. Talk with relatives, Read old journals. Think about reoccurring struggles in your lineage. Sometimes healing begins with simply acknowledging this has been happening for generations and ask for revelation. Pray and invite God to show you what's beneath the surface. Awareness is partnership. You do the looking and God provides the light. So when you start recognizing these patterns, you might feel heavy or discouraged, but awareness is not defeat, it's the first victory. The enemy's greatest weapon is secrecy. So when you expose the pattern, you've already started breaking its power. Remember, you can't heal what you hide, and you can't break what you refuse to name. So today's simple naming the problem is an act of warfare. So journal the repeating struggles that you've noticed in your family line or personal journey and ask yourself, what keeps repeating in my life no matter how much I change environments? And where do I feel stuck even when I move forward? Which emotions or fears seem inherited? Then pray something simple like, God, show us what's really going on beneath the surface. Reveal the patterns that no longer serve us, and give us courage to face them and wisdom to begin breaking them. You've taken the first step, awareness. So tomorrow we'll move into day 2, the curse of the mind, overcoming limiting beliefs. So until then, stay aware, stay hopeful, and remember, what's revealed can be healed.